Okay, so today we're going to be playing HalloweenVille4. This is a mapping challenge on runthinkshootlive.com. I actually covered HalloweenVille 3 last year on my channel, and there was a few good maps in there. There wasn't many entries, and it's the same this year. And I think it was a 9-day mapping challenge from like the 20th to the 29th of October, so it wasn't long, and I'm not expecting these maps to be overly developed, but it'll be interesting to see what there is, because I haven't played them before. Incidentally, this time I'm just going to dive straight in. So I think it said in the blog post that there had to be puzzles and actual gameplay involved, which is really, really good, and it's something that needs to be included in horror maps, especially for Half-Life 2, which some would argue Half-Life 2 is not scary because of like the assets and the stuff involved. And yeah, the assets may not be scary, but it's not the assets that make a game scary, or whatever. It's how each different individual element is used. So I'm not saying that that all of these maps are going to be really scary, but I do believe that there can be a certain amount of tension and horror built into them. So I'm going to see what we can see here in this mapping contest. Now I can't actually see the names, so probably set in game anyway. So here we go.
Come on.
Okay, this is Satanaphobia. This is the one we saw in the background image of the mod.
This way.
I mean, this is probably going to be one of these, when it builds you up to something and it turns out not to be very good. You see, like, this is clear horror, and even though it's not scary, it still falls into the horror genre. It's like, for instance, if I went to a restaurant and didn't like the food, it's like me saying, well, because I didn't like the food, then this isn't a restaurant. Of course it's still a restaurant if I didn't like the food. So, just because it's not scary doesn't make it not horror. Now, I am hoping that there is gameplay in this, like, tangible things to do. Because I do, walking and looking is cool and all, but it's not what I play Half-Life 2 mods for. I just hope I don't miss anything, because there's sometimes a lot of bits and bobs placed. Oh, there he is. Can we get over there? Do we have to break over there? Alright, there we go, we're over. Sorry, I had to cut there. Okay, so just hope we don't come up against any zombies with absolutely no weapons, or at least if we do, it's done in a manner that is easy to know what you're doing and to get away. I can hear him. Oh, I would have loved to have had him. Oh, that's quite cool. Come from behind, so you hear him over there, and you walk, and then he comes behind you and kills you. But then that's not very good gameplay. Don't do that ever, in your mods. I don't know if that's like. I think that's a fast zombie, but having slow zombies when you don't have any weapons are good, or maybe just one. Because then there's that pressure of him, but he moves really slowly. Okay, I guess that ladder's not cooperating. But I really do hope that there's some gameplay elements involved. Okay, so that's done something. I guess we just restored power to the facility for some reason. Like, I'm not entirely sure if we have to backtrack because I couldn't actually see anywhere. It would make sense. Logically, backtracking... I thought it opened. Backtracking is the most logical thing. And for horror maps, backtracking is a pretty decent idea. Because what you can do is... You can change stuff on the way back that wasn't there. Maybe, I don't know, I've not noticed anything, but that's like a really cool horror trick to do. Okay. So I broke it. Well, I didn't break it. But yeah, it's like what Silent Hill does when you pass the same area or something that looks like the same area but something's changed. My goodness, this elevator's loud. That's like the loudest elevator ever, right? Now please, may there be gameplay of some kind. Well, that's interesting. There's a door. There's a vent. I'm liking this. And then there's a vent. So you can actually see the vent. It's a simple... Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, it's a simple thing to like look through the window and see the vent and then move through it. But... still quite welcome. Now, what do we do? There's probably something we missed. You literally cannot get back there. Which is a bit weird. Like... Ah!
Hey!
Oh, gee. There's a guy up there, I think he's dying. He's got a gun. Or, at least, I think he did.
Freeman.
Alright, so we're getting weapons. Hello, thank you. Alright, I was looking for that.
Are we gonna get going soon?
I'm hoping we don't get pushed out into a massive battle zone of just endless zombies, because that would be the worst. I sense... I'm pretty sure that was like a dancing animation for something I saw once. Like all of the citizens were dancing. I can't remember what it was. You see, this is... this is so not a good thing to do. Because we're in such an enclosed space. Like, we are literally... You may not say, oh, it's enclosed, and you may say, oh, right, zombies are for enclosed spaces. Yes, but... Like... They're not just zombies, they're like black head crab zombies, and the space is too small. And we've only got, I think, the crowbar and the magnum. I don't know if there's any other weapons, that's currently what I'm looking about for. But I wouldn't give the player the magnum at all, you know, in terms of these smaller mods. Maybe it's just me, but I think the magnum obviously is very overpowered. I'd give them a range of weapons in this scenario, and also I'd give them more ammo. Because it's just bad gameplay design, that's all. I'm not enjoying this. And then the lights come back on as soon as you've killed them all. This guy's still dead though. What on earth? Oh, toilets. They're always good to have in horror mods. Albeit they're very good to have in any horror game of any kind. Oh, come on. Okay, we need health right now. I mean, I know 32 is enough to go by, but he is charred. He is charred. Ah, there we go. It looks like we'll be going in there, so there's a bit of foreshadowing there, which is good, I think. Although usually when I haven't played them, I usually guess things and like this is silly. Why would you put this many zombies in a room and not give the player enough time to, I guess, recalibrate? It's not even like testing reflexes. It's not even like. It's just yeah. It's a bad idea. Give the player space. But anyway, right, so I don't know why I'm using my Magnum for these guys when I could easily just hit them because, let's be fair, I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's where we were, so I was right. I was right. For a change. Now. This citizen's gonna, like, be a scary woman, like from the horror movies. She's gonna turn around and get possessed. Oh, how did I know? It's quite predictable. How did I know? I literally have never played this. Now, I'm not going to lie, and I'm sure many people are going to disagree with me, but that's really cool, this thing here. I know it's just a manhack, but it's a manhack reskinned as a demon devil thingy-mabob. And it's down. So actually, I think that was really quite fun. Well, the fact that the woman changed into that scary manhack demon thing. These two guys shouldn't have probably. I would have just had it with that thing. Maybe a few more of these things. But that was good idea. Right, how do we get out of here? Is there a way? Always check the ceiling, always check the floor. I bet you we can just go through this door. Okay, I just skipped past the doors there. Just cheated. I don't know if there's an issue.
There you are. At last.
Hello? Look, if these guys all attack me, I'm going to be really, really mad. Because... oh, we've got to walk down the middle. It's like, you've got to go and sacrifice your soul to Satan. I don't even know. This is quite impressive for being built in 9 days, though. Like, it may not seem it to you guys out there who have made a lot of maps, but... okay, that was Satanaphobia. It had a lot of horror elements. It did have gameplay. It had a bit of fighting. The fighting definitely needs to be tidied up. The fighting was not very good. The fact that the lady changed into the demon manhack was my favourite bit. Because I called it. You know, it's predictable, but it was still quite good. And we're now on entry number 2. If you can, set the shadow detail to max. If you only see low and medium, look at this map. Yeah, I've done all that. I think. Yeah, mine is on high. Let's just overturn that table. This reminds me of the Stanley Parable, just like the boxy rooms and the... all that. Alright, we're in a train station. It's similar to the train station. Whoa. We're going to be fighting stalkers, similar to all the Epistle Freeville maps. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them did have, I think, have stalkers. I want to pick up the can.
I can't remember the last time I had, well, anything.
Alright, so this is the flashback trope that I've seen, you know, a lot of times in these maps over the many years. Now I'm just wondering, are we supposed to be like... I'm not entirely sure, or can we just like toss it? There we go. After like 7 billion tries, I've done it. It was a decent puzzle, but just not very user friendly. And that's fine, I guess. Guess it was a 9-day mapping challenge. It's not like the end of the world. That's quite cool, how you have to dodge past their lasers and they've already torn a hole. I'm just trying to see what I'm looking at. I have no idea what's going on here. Like this texturing, whoa. Is that the shadow detail stuff? You see, the thing is though, there we go. Cheap jump scares. Nice. The thing that annoys me is that the fact that I can't turn on my torch for some reason. I'm not walking forwards here. I'm just walking anywhere. I sense another jump scare. Nah, I don't think so. We wouldn't do 2 in a row. No way. I don't know what to do here currently, incidentally. All that. Okay. So is this like another man who's been turned into a stalker and this was his backstory? And he remembered his life as a human. And now he's a stalker. Not a human stalker. Just a stalker. I think that one was called Stalker. It was very bare bones. You know, there was like a few puzzle elements, and then there was all the other weird stuff happening about. There was a jump scare, which was... It got me, I'm not going to lie. But it's more of a starter rather than a fear. But again, it's not about making it the scariest thing ever. Overall, I think it probably needed more content. Less story... trying to portray a story and more just gameplay. Yeah, that's all I'd say. There's not a lot to say about that one. There wasn't much, but I do like the fact that it managed to convey the the story of the man who became a stalker, or something like that. Right, we're now on entry number 3. This is called The House. Now, I'm pretty sure there's been horror games and movies that have been called The House before. Yeah, this is... it's the scariest thing ever! There's a floating computer! Quick! Help! Okay, why does it say locked there? What is going on? It doesn't need to say that, we can see it's locked. You know what I was expecting, right? The first thing when I looked out those windows, I was expecting that thing from the PTSD mod, that blue figure man, just moving about the place. That's the first thing I thought when I looked out the window. Just wondering what I'm looking at here. Is that just like a shadow or something?
Major fracture detected. Automatic medical systems.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we can tell it's a key. You don't need to tell us. I mean, most of these horror games break all the rules of gameplay in the name of horror, as I said. I think I said it earlier on. But... okay, there's going to be another jump scare in here, guys. Hang tight. Hang tight. Oh my word, this is really not a good place to have a combat scenario with a black head crab zombie. It really isn't a very good place at all. These things are supposed to be used in a more open area, not completely open, not like open as in Combine open, but an area where you can dodge past them and find cover and fight. Also, a good tip for your maps is use these black head crab zombies with normal head crabs. Because normal head crabs barely do any damage, and these black head crabs only take you down to 1. So, separate, they're not very effective, but if you put them together, they become really deadly. Oh, other jump scare, ready for this? Ready to be scared. Happy Halloween. Well, Halloween was a few days ago. Happy Halloween to you, map maker, as well. I guess. It didn't have very much in it. In terms of scariness, yeah, it had the jump scares. I think, I don't enjoy the jump scare kind of horror. I enjoy I'm in a creepy location and I don't know what's going to happen kind of horror. But that was The House. Next we're on the 4th map. I can hear footsteps, which is good. So I guess this is like a man waking up one night to hear footsteps downstairs, which has happened to me before. Another unsolved mystery in the world of Dolmo. But, I mean, I don't know why the TV had gone in the morning, but I think my friend might have taken it to borrow it. Ah! It's an error sign! What do we do? This is the scariest thing ever! Oh, hi there. This is the scariest thing ever! Sorry, I know that's mildly inappropriate to act like that. This is so bizarre, it's unreal, like... What is that outside? Because I remember there was a map last year that was actually really good, and there was this funny... Oh, what was it called? It was like a moose or something, and it was this figure, and he follows you about the map and disappeared and all that. It was probably one of the scariest maps I've ever played, although the gameplay was boring, it still was fairly scary. I'm not sure about that. Oh no, we're gonna have to go through the whole scary screaming thing again. Right, here we go, I guess. Wait, we found the shotgun in here, didn't we? But yeah, I mean that was scary because it had jump scares where the thing was actually on the screen. It was like, we don't fall down there. Yeah, I admit it's building up some tension, but it's not like any fun to play. Oh, disappearing chair. That's original. Not. Okay, jump scare coming because you know the music's ended. Oh, it's G-Man. Oh, where did he go? You know when the music's ended, there's going to be like something happening. That's how music works. But it's more better if the music is more subtle. Oh my word! That was that would have been 10 times. That would have literally been like 10 times more scarier if there'd actually been like a screaming thing. Like an actual screamer would, instead of just putting that on screen. I looked at it and I thought, oh, I'm looking in a mirror. Alright, so that was that. That was, I don't even know what the name, I can't even remember what the name of that map was. The thing with that map is it built it up so well. The good thing is you woke up and you heard footsteps downstairs, right? A good premise for a map is to find the source of the footsteps. Like go into one room and hear the footsteps in another room. Then go into that room and then they're in somewhere else and the thing can move through the house and you're looking and you can maybe like pass the window and there could be nothing there, but then pass it again and then see a man, see the G-Man, I don't know. I've never actually tried horror. But I may not know how to make a good horror map, but I know how to play a good horror map. And there was a few good moments in all of these maps. Each one of them had their good moment, but overall they don't stand very strong in terms of gameplay or whatever. So, okay, so that was all for today. Thank you for watching and thank you to all the mappers for participating, because even though it's a difficult, theme and premise, really good attempts there, and obviously there's just like the gameplay that needs implemented better and tweaked, but otherwise, thank you, and I guess happy Halloween for a few days ago.